Alright, guys. Time for Rwby Volume 4, Chapter 10. We're almost caught up. Alright. It starts off with Oscar, and he's leaving. It's weird that we didn't get to see his aunt, or like anything about that, which is kind of weird to me, and to me it's kind of like a little fast for it, since last episode he was still struggling with it. But I won't mind it that much. And then he goes to a train station, and he meets Hazel there. Now, when we see Hazel, he seems very intimidating, and Osp even says so. But he actually does something kind of nice, where he gets the ticket out for him by just hitting the machine, and tells him that he shouldn't let a small obstacle get in his path. Now, when we think about this, Hazel, we still don't know if he already met Sienna Khan, the leader of the White Fang, because I'm pretty sure Oscar lives in Mistral, or, you know, the continent that it's on. And Sienna Khan still didn't make it to Menagerie, which is strange. I would think he would get there by now, but we still don't know. After that, we go to Rwby and Jean, which they've made it to the town they were going to. And it's pretty messed up. You can't really tell what's what. And from there, we transition to Ren's backstory, to when he was a child. And when we do see that, we see his mom and we see his dad, and we also see Nora, which seems to be an orphan, or just, you know, homeless. And she doesn't seem to be from that continent, because she's wearing more clothes that are more prone to, I would say, Vale. So that, I'm guessing that's where she's from, either Vale or, oh my gosh, I can't remember, can't believe I, forgot. Well, you know, the other continent that's on the, the other kingdom. But, after that, we go back to Jean and Rwby, and Ruby's kind of saying that it's kind of all her fault everything happened. Now, I will say, it's kind of her fault for what happened to Crow. That is something I definitely will say. But, everything else I wouldn't say is her fault, because she didn't know any of this would even happen. And Jean reassures her that, that she actually inspired them to go with her, because she lost a lot more than they did. Which is kind of true. She lost, well, like Jean said, she lost Pyrrha along with them, Penny, and her sister in a way, and the rest of her team. Now, from there, we go back to Ren's backstory. It was a little flip-floppy for me. But we go back, and we see that his town is being attacked, and his mother wakes him up. And in the middle of talking to him, she dies, because their house caves in on them. Ren wakes up in his father's arms, running, and we get to see the first look at this Grim that's been doing this. And it looks kind of strange, because it seems like it's a Grim riding another Grim, which would be kind of scary to say, because and it seems to have horns and a whole bunch of arrows and other kinds of things sticking out of its back, so it is battle worn already. It seems like to be leading the attack on the village. And Ren's father basically sacrifices himself and gives Ren his hunting knife, and it's very reminiscent of Ren's weapons that he has now, the blades that he has on them. And while Ren is hiding, he activates his semblance for the first time. And it seems to, some people are kind of discussing it, it seems like invisibility, and others say it seems more like controlling your emotions. And they're just visually doing the gray effect to show that he's calming his emotions. And that's what I think is happening, that he's calming his emotions, because invisible would kind of seem weird. I would think that would make him see-through if he was invisible. And he runs over to Nora and does the same thing, and the Nevermore can't sense them anymore, now that he activated it. We also see that same Grim walked past them. I don't know why I didn't notice him, because it didn't seem like his semblance was activated anymore, because they had the color back. But it seems weird, because it has like an arm or a leg dragging on the ground, and it's weird. I do want to see this the full body of this thing, because it looks very interesting. Because it has kind of, I would say, paws or something on the front and hooves on the back. But yeah, we see a heartwarming moment between Nora and Ren, where Ren gives her her hammer, which was really nice, and Boop was playing in the background, which that was really nice. I like that. And then we cut back to Ren and Nora in current time, when they're climbing on the mountain. They find a cave, and in that cave we see a lot of weapons, like hammers, arrows, swords, and black goop, I guess, from the monster. It could be its blood, or it could be just something it produces. We don't know. And as they see it, they hear something on the other side of the cave, and they see that the monster just left and is heading towards Kuroyuri, towards Rwby and Jean. Now, me, it seems weird that it would head towards them. I would think it would go towards Nora and Ren, since they were technically closer, but that's just... It's for story reasons, I get that. I'm looking forward to seeing this Grim, because it's probably the most unique Grim besides the Grim Dragon so far. And I'm very much looking forward to it. If you guys want to talk about anything in the comments, make sure you just say it down below. And I think that's just about it. Alright, bye guys.